How does a land once at the heart of global civilization become one of the most secretive places on Earth? This is the great puzzle of Turkmenistan. For centuries, its cities buzzed with the energy of the Silk Road, a crossroads of empires and ideas. Today, Turkmenistan is known for its isolation, marble cities, and golden statues of its leaders. The journey to understand this transformation takes us from the bustling markets of antiquity to the surreal world of post-independence personality cults. What happened to the vibrant spirit of the Silk Road? How did a nation of proud nomads become so closed off? To understand, we must look to its golden past, when Turkmenistan was synonymous with splendor, not secrecy. The sands of the Karakum Desert hide the remains of mighty civilizations that once shaped the world. This is the story of Turkmenistan, a land of breathtaking beauty, profound mystery, and a history as rich as any on Earth. Long before Ashgabat there was Merv, the queen of the world, a Silk Road metropolis and one of the largest cities on Earth. Imagine 1,000 years ago, canals irrigating lush fields, markets alive with merchants from across Asia, and a true melting pot of humanity. Merv's strategic location made it a prize for empires flourishing under Persians, Greeks, and especially the Islamic caliphates. Its libraries and observatories drew scholars like Omar Khayyam, making it a beacon of science and culture. The city's architecture, mosques, palaces, and the turquoise-domed mausoleum of Sultan Sanjar still stands as a testament to its glory. But in 1221, the Mongols swept in, unleashing a massacre and destroying the city's lifeblood, its irrigation. Chroniclers claim over 1 million perished. The queen of the world was left to the desert. Though partially rebuilt, Merv never regained its former glory. Its fall marked a turning point, a devastating blow from which the region would take centuries to recover. Today, the ruins of Merv whisper tales of a lost golden age. The contrast with modern Turkmenistan could not be starker. After the Mongol devastation, Turkmen tribes lived fiercely independent, semi-nomadic lives, until the Russian Empire arrived in the 19th century. The Turkmen resisted most famously at Gayaktepe, but were ultimately subdued by Russian firepower. The Bolshevik Revolution brought Soviet rule, ending nomadism and forcing people onto collective farms. Collectivization led to famine and the loss of traditional wealth, while Soviet policies targeted religion and culture. The Turkmen language was cut off from its roots, replaced by Russian in public life. The Soviets aimed to create a new identity, loyal to Moscow, not tribe or faith. Industrialization and war followed, with Turkmenistan's gas reserves exploited for Soviet needs. Environmental disasters like the Aral Sea's decline scarred the land. By 1991, Turkmenistan was stripped of its traditions, its faith suppressed, and its identity fractured. The Soviet legacy left deep scars, social, cultural, and environmental. Independence would bring new challenges and a new kind of ruler. The stage was set for Turkmenistan's next transformation. With independence in 1991, Saparmurat Niyazov, Turkmenbashi, seized power and built one of history's most bizarre personality cults. His image was everywhere, and his book, the Runama, became mandatory reading. He renamed months after himself and his mother, banned opera and ballet, and built a giant ice palace in the desert. Ashgabat was transformed with golden statues and opulent monuments, the most famous being the rotating gold statue atop the Arch of Neutrality. Gas wealth funded these vanity projects, not the people's needs. Behind the spectacle was a deeply authoritarian regime, dissent crushed, media controlled, and the country isolated. Human rights abuses were rampant, and fear permeated society. When Niyazov died in 2006, he left a nation with a strange new identity, one of the world's most repressive and isolated states. The cult of personality had reshaped Turkmenistan, but at a heavy cost. The question was, would anything change? After Niyazov, Gurbanguly Berdimuhamedov promised reform, restoring old month names, scaling back the Runama, and moving Niyazov's golden statue. Hopes for openness faded quickly as he built his own personality cult, with his portrait replacing Turkmenbashi's and state media celebrating his every move. His eccentricities, like a golden statue of himself on horseback, became new symbols of power. The regime's grip remained tight, only the face had changed. Ashgabat was transformed into a city of white marble, with billions spent on grandiose buildings and empty boulevards. The city's pristine facade masked a sterile, almost ghostly reality. Turkmenistan's isolation deepened, with strict visa policies and state control over daily life. In 2022, Berdimuhamedov handed power to his son, cementing a political dynasty. The era of the Protector solidified Turkmenistan's status as a secretive, authoritarian state. The country projected futuristic prosperity but kept its people and its truths hidden. The promise of change had faded into another long winter. For ordinary Turkmen, life is a study in contrasts. The state projects wealth, marble palaces, pristine parks, and subsidized utilities, while demanding political silence. Outside Ashgabat, infrastructure is poor, and life is harder. Information is tightly controlled. The internet is censored, media is pure propaganda, and criticism is forbidden. Tourism is nearly non-existent, with visitors closely monitored and shown only a curated reality. The country exists in a bubble, shielded from outside scrutiny. For citizens, the line between appearance and reality is always blurred. Public conformity is essential. Private thoughts are kept hidden, yet there is quiet resilience and strong community. People find joy in family, tradition, and small moments beyond the state's reach. Life behind the curtain is a tapestry of compliance and endurance. The human spirit persists, even in the most controlled environments. Despite decades of repression, Turkmenistan's true soul endures in its vibrant culture. Hand-woven carpets, each with unique tribal patterns, are visual histories passed down through generations. Traditional music, played on the dutar, tells stories of love, loss, and heroism, echoes of the desert's vastness. Brightly embroidered clothing and the iconic telpek hat reflect nomadic heritage. The Akal Tike horse, famed for its speed and golden sheen, remains a symbol of national pride and a living link to the past. These traditions survive alongside the marble monuments and state control. Turkmenistan is a land where ancient culture coexists with modern secrecy. The story is a collision of Silk Road splendor, Soviet legacy, and authoritarian rule. Hidden behind a curtain, the spirit of the Turkmen people endures, mysterious, resilient, and captivating as the desert itself. In the end, it is the people, not the statues, who define Turkmenistan.